interested on this day. With us here, we have Mr. Musoke Lucas Lyonga. He is the General Coordinator of Excellence Union International Group and a modern nation builder. It's a pleasure to be with you on set, Mr. Musoke.
Thank you so much once more. Telling you guys, you know that we are here every Monday. Let me just say that you're welcome. And just take that which you can take for today, especially the ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. You remember the last edition, Mr. Musoke announced that we are going to be having a young lady, and she's going to be talking so much on many aspects about herself and also how to impact or empower other ladies. With us here, we have Dankam Winnie, PhD International Relations, President, ASTI Students Association, University of Buea. It's a pleasure to be with you on set today, dear.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning.
Good morning. And to crown the set, we have Mefwezem Stephanie, interpretation student at STI University of Buea. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you.
All right, it's a pleasure to be with all of you. And televiewers, you know this program is highly interactive. You can be part of the program using the numbers you find on your screen. You can text us through normal SMS or WhatsApp. We do not take calls on this particular edition. And before we go into discussion, I want us to listen to this young lady who is Landrin Kameni. He's a student journalist on internship here at High Television. She's going to be profiling our main guest for today. So we are going to take on this jingle break, and when we come back, we are going to be meeting Landrin Kameni.
International Relations and President of Association of Students and President of ASTI Student Association in the University of Buea. Dankam Winnie, for her educational qualification, Dankam Winnie holds Baccalaureate in Language and Philosophy, option German in 2009, BH BAFA, BA in English and French, University of Buea, 2013, Masters in International Relations, Cross-Borders Terrorism in the Lake Chad Basin, Kwashong Normal University, 2017. PhD in International Relations, Impact of China's Soft Power on Cameroon, Kwashong Normal University in 2020. Her career, radio host site Dar Radio, that's between 2007 to 2009. La Voix du Star, Bafang, Cameroon. Foreign language teacher, that's between 2014 to 2016, Wuhan, China. She has been a public administrator, Chinese freelance interpreter, administrative assistant, that's in Paris, France, between 2018 to 2019. Co-anchor, PhD club at UFM, with Valerie Ayena and Brice Agui, that's in 2020. Project Manager, Territorial Marketing, Brand It Solution, Douala, Cameroon, that's between 2020 to 2022. She has been a Sales Director, Canal Day International, that's between the space of a year, that's between 2022 to 2023. Socials, a host and producer of Kangaroo Podcast. That's a podcast on pregnancy and early motherhood. Gold medal winner. Member of several associations. That's Inam Oya. And her language, she's fluent in 2 languages. That's in Spanish, English, and French. Fellowship, she's a Roman Catholic and a member of the Word of God group. Current status, student of the Advanced School of Translators and Interpretation, Division 2 Interpretation President of ASTI Student Association. I have come to the end of profiling Dankam Green, and greetings to you, Alice, for the opportunity.
Greetings, Kamini. How are you?
I'm fine, all right.
I'm good. All right. Thank you so much for doing that for us. Okay. Hope to see you again next time. And televiewers will continue with the program. I will begin with you. You are our main guest, Dankam Winnie. And we just listen. The viewers out there, like I know everybody is there nodding their head on what they've just listened. I want to start with your academic career. First of all, if you look at, you've gone to school, it's like you keep climbing the academic ladder. Like, are you ending any time, or what's the motivation? So many people don't really go to school like that.
Well, if it's the way you put it, just going to school, definitely you don't have to go to school forever. But if you're keen on learning new skills, if you're keen on discovering yourself, if you're keen on breaking barriers, maybe you may spend a lifetime learning. And I would say this is what keeps me going. This is my motivation, learning new things and never being in my comfort zone. Yeah.
All right, thank you. Mr. Musoke, let me come to you. If you look at our topic today, young ladies build an empire and empower other ladies. We know there are different types of career. Then when we start talking about impactful career, I want you to just throw more light on that.
Yeah, actually, there's nothing like impactful career. You make a career to be impactful.
Okay.
It means that no matter the career path you choose, what is important is how you, as a person, give output and results that are impactful either to the community or to the lives of other people. So there's no career that you say this is an impactful career, because you have some people they who are not creating impact in that same career. So it depends on the individuals, it depends on the people, it depends on the person in question. That is why there are some people that have created impact in football, for example, but there are some other players that have not created any impact in that same football. So what is important is the personality, the person. That's why you need to prepare yourself. You need to actually be upgraded and be up to the task in order to deliver. Because what's more important is results. What's more important is solutions. When you are solving problems using a particular career path, a particular profession, you are creating impact. That is what is important. So any career can be used by someone to create impact. There's nothing called an impactful career, but there are impactful individuals. And I think that's what we should really take from here. And I think that ladies, today you probably be spoken to, because I've said so many things here in the past. I think that ladies should talk to themselves today, because I'm a man, I've been talking to youth all over the world for long. So I wish that young ladies should talk to their friendly young ladies, so that they should get it from other sources, not just me, because they'll say that you are a man and things like that. So, but I think that we are on board today. Let the young ladies who are on board here talk about young ladies. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. All right, Stephanie, you're welcome once more to the program. We are talking about impacting other young ladies out there. We have a lot of young girls around, especially here in Boya, and we also have a lot of women who are already impacted. They are making waves. Do you think that these women up there are actually impacting these young girls? What are they learning from them, especially here in Cameroon?
Young girls, please.
All right, I'm saying that we have a lot of young girls out there in our society. We also have a lot of women who have been impacted. They are like ministers, we have governors, we have delegates, also women who are working, who owns organization and all of that. Do you think this set of women are really impacting the young girls out there?
Thank you for giving me the floor. Yes, I must say impact is created directly or indirectly. You know, and that's why we have the notion of mentoring or role model. You know, some young girls here in Cameroon have role models who are out of Cameroon. And how are they being impacted? By seeing the way they live, by seeing the impact they are creating in their area of expertise. So if I consider a minister who is a woman, if I follow
maybe how she started and follow maybe her academic background, how did she plan to become or to get where she is today, it can inspire me in one way or the other to believe that I too can be someone in the society. I too can impact in my own way, in my own lane, not necessarily being or becoming a minister as that lady, but in relation to the potentials that I have. So it's all about the decision you make at a personal level. It's all about the value you give to yourself. Who are you as a lady, as a young girl? You need to understand that as a young girl, you are full of potential. You know, we live in a society where we think that the place of the girl or the young lady is to be in the kitchen or is to stay at home. Even if they go to school to be able to raise their own children, but they remain at the level of the home. You know, so we need to come out of that mindset and believe that I can be an expert in mechanical engineering. I can be I can be a pilot. I can be anything in life because I have a potential, just as the young boy or the young man. So that's where it starts. Thank you.
Okay, Winnie, you are here like girls are watching, like Mr. Musoke announced the last time. I believe if some of these young girls, they look at your journey, they see what you've done, what you've achieved, it's going to inspire them in one way or the other, like Stephanie just said. So I want you to take us through the journey, okay? Because if we look at your profiling, you've gone through to schools, you have worked with so many different companies, organizations, you've gone out of the country. Can you just throw us a bit of light to your life, your career life generally?
Thanks again for this opportunity and thank you for having me here. I'll start with my childhood. So Stephanie previously mentioned having impactful people or role models in the society, and when I grew up in my environment, I always saw powerful women around me. I didn't even know there was something like a powerful woman. That to me was how women were until I got to middle school, and then I started hearing things like women don't do this, women don't play like this, women should not opt for this career, or women should not have this set of job or this set of dreams. In my home, I grew up with my grandmother. My grandmother was a strong woman. She was the breadwinner of the house, my mom, my aunts. I never saw them stop in front of anything because they were women. So I got into this society and then I started learning about women. So I realized what I knew about my mom or other people was not how society accepts women. And then I started reading, and I eventually discovered that what we have today, like we can dream of any job. She earlier mentioned being a mechanical engineer or going to space or doing whatever you want because other people fought for it. Today we'll mention Ruth Bader, okay? She passed on in 2020, and that's a lady that fought for women's rights in the US. In Cameroon, we have many ladies. We have Kawala, we have other women, we have the judge that is really fighting for women's rights. And we have many women ministers. To us from this generation, we don't know how significant that is. But indeed, we've come a long way. We don't realize that maybe 30 years ago, there wasn't that much representation of women in our government, in our societies, in our companies. Today, maybe what I've achieved, and I don't think I've started achieving anything yet, so whenever they say I've achieved something, it's quite funny, but either way, I've learned from people, and I'm grateful for all these other ladies, other women that didn't just sit up at home and do what they asked them to do. Because the truth is, since the beginning of Earth, I would say it like that, women have been told what to do. Women had been told where to stay, where to go, how to laugh, how to dress, how to do this. But when did they start dreaming? When did they start thinking for themselves? When did they start picking what they want for themselves? I am wearing this dress because I like it. I look at it and I like it. Not necessarily because a man is going to tell me, oh, that suits you. And this is where we start breaking barriers, meaning that we raise boys to choose their career. We raise boys to choose what they love. Do I want to be a footballer? Do I want to be a lawyer? But till 50 years ago, that was unthinkable for women. to sit and go to school, like she said, not only to raise or help your children read at home, but to have a career. Because, like Ruth Bader says, I always like how she puts it, the only degree that was accepted and taught for women was an MRS, Mrs. getting married. That's, it's actually sad. It's still a great degree for women. And being a wife is not a bad thing, no. But we shouldn't make it like the only achievement women can have. So today, the great thing about the world in which we're living is that just as little boys, girls have options. I want to be able to look at my younger sisters and tell them, you know, what do you want to do? Not tell them that these are your options, because these jobs that were called men jobs, maybe being on the field, being I don't know, they call them hard jobs that needs physics, maybe running a marathon. Today we see many women winning races. And those jobs that we call manly jobs, and then women were not allowed to participate in those kind of jobs because people thought we're protecting women. But indeed, maybe they were just kept in a cage, because now that women have the opportunity of doing all those things, we see many women succeeding in finance. Okay, women are known to be good money manager. We all agree on that. And whenever you put your money, they say if you put a lady manager, you're sure to go somewhere with it. I'll mention Gwendolyn Abuno, which is a lady I admire in Cameroon. I've been reading her path. I see how she organizes her life, and I think having these people, these high-profile ladies at important places in our society is important for little girls, because the day you stand there and you talk to them, they may not know it, but having that representation breaks barriers for them. But if all they see is a lady growing up, okay, maybe just going to school to know how to read and maybe help her children or care for them, and then later on you get married and you're restricted to home cooking, which is a good thing. I do that and I enjoy it. But people should have options irrelevant of the agenda. Maybe this is why growing up in Bafang, my little town, I never stopped at anything. I always thought the world is a very big place to be in, and to restrict myself just to that little town, not going out there and discovering the world, could be a waste. So I believe in my dream, and thankfully I have my aunt, who's also somebody I admire a lot. She's very brave, and she's a very lively person, a very dynamic person. I mean, she could party all night, but next morning at 5 a.m. she's up. And that's when I know that, yeah, in life, if we only want to reap, or let's say enjoy the benefit of somebody who has worked their whole life without, you know, toiling for it, working hard, waking up early in the morning and telling yourself, what is it we're going to achieve today? It could be a life of waste. And this is how I stand. Waking up every day with new challenges, waking up every day asking myself, what can I do to sleep better than we slept yesterday? Thank you.
Thank you, you're welcome. Mr. Musoke, looking at Africa, yeah, because all of us are in Africa, we know that there are some cultural barriers, especially when it comes to women. And even the African man, there is a way they look at women, and there are some barriers, there are some things that prevent men to even go to women that they think that this woman has achieved a lot, this woman is powerful, is independent. With these cultural barriers, with these mindsets that some men are having, don't you think that it will be very difficult for these young ones that are growing up to excel and move up to the expectation like what Winnie is saying?
There are no barriers. You know, there have been a lot of teachings so much in the past, especially by feminists and women, talking about a glass ceiling. I did that study for a while, but I still think that there's no barrier anywhere in the world. You are the barrier to yourself. There's no barrier placed anywhere. If you wish to excel and become the greatest human being on earth, you will do it, whether you are a woman or you're a man. You know, there is this colonial influence where the West, US and let me use the word that is common, the white man, that's the common word, sees himself to be superior and have superiority complex, whereas the Africans and some other third world countries and continents see themselves as inferior, and they have the inferiority or the inferior complex. We are living in a world today that has pierced through all mindsets. And if you don't wish to succeed today, don't say that there are barriers. If you don't wish to succeed today, don't blame anybody. Nobody is a hindrance. The internet, the discovery of the internet, and the evolution of the technological world today has made it in a way that information which was so costly is today very free. You have information that is available that can make you to become whatsoever you wish to become in life. So that's why I say that you are the barrier to yourself. There are no barriers placed by anybody anywhere. That's why you see small. I told you here 2 weeks ago, and I still wish to say it, and I will bring the young lady here, though I will not disclose her identity. A young lady who is making 40 million francs a month, and she has employed 3 youths. Yeah, she studied at the University of Boya. Yes, it's real. She started as a joke. Why? Because she watched on television, and I was saying so many things, and she says, let me go and try what this man is saying. And let me tell you, she is succeeding today. I do not know. And there are many others who have taken what has been said here and applied it to their lives, and they are succeeding. So the world does not have barriers again. That is why you can be in Cameroon today and you are working with a Russian company without leaving Cameroon. You can be in Cameroon today and you are working with the greatest Chinese company in China. You can be in Cameroon today and you are working with one of the largest companies in Chicago. Yeah, because you have gained the skills, you have made yourself to be at that level, to be available. You have gained the skills that are required, and those skills can be gotten online today. For me to tell you for free, I'm still telling African youths. The internet has exposed everything. It's not everything that you pay. Most of those things that you even pay for will not take you to anywhere. The things that are free online have transformed the lives of millions of youths worldwide. Then what about African youths? I'm talking today about African women, African ladies. Let them stop wasting their time to paint their fingers, make makeups, and the rest. You are making up what? You are already made up by God. What are you making up again? I asked one lady, what are you making up, which God did not give you? Permit me not to go into that because that's not the topic of today. But the topic of today is talking about empowering other African ladies. When you are saying you have been empowered, I think that's the focus. And I think that is the main reason why these young ladies are here today to talk. Young ladies talk.
They are already talking.
Yes, they continue to talk to their peers and to the other young ladies. Because I'm talking as a man, and they will still see me as though that is a man. He does not understand what we are going through. Please, I know what you are going through more than yourself, because I've studied all those things. I've studied issues of women right deep, so as to understand who women are. Women have the greatest advantage to become giants because they can resist for long. A woman can sit down and study for long more than men. They are not easily distracted like men. Men have a lot of thoughts passing through their mind, but a lady can concentrate and work and build her life. And before you realize it, she's a giant. And such people now who have worked hard, you have lazy men now who are struggling to come to get married to them because they have not worked hard. So I encourage young ladies, please, you can make it in Africa, and you can make it. You can have the best, because Africa is still a virgin continent. You can become the greatest millionaire in Africa more than in the United States, more than in China, because those are advanced economies. But we are in an economy that is still growing, struggling to emerge. So you can take advantage of that and build a giant lifestyle in Africa and all over the world. You can be traveling now, but you have your base here. Let me not talk too much, please.
Yes,
Pass this
Thank you so
others.
much. Winnie, I will still come back to you
Yes, it is.
because I've gathered even what Stephanie said. Do you think the environment, or do you think a woman or a young girl can excel wherever they find themselves based on the environment in which they are, the opportunities that is presented to them, and maybe the people around her? Because you said when you were growing, you saw women, you never knew that there was something like a powerful woman and all of that. Women were just there. But do you think that these things have influence on how a young girl should excel?
Yeah, thanks again. I would first like to acknowledge Mr. Mosoke for this platform, indeed. Not long ago, women didn't have the opportunity to just sit and voice out their opinion. And when he says women can achieve everything today, indeed, everybody can achieve everything. And there are no longer barriers. There are no longer barriers. I grew up in an environment, and of course I'm the product of that environment, and everything in life is context. As we're speaking, last week in Afghanistan, some women were taken the right to dress up freely as we are, and they have to veil themselves even to go, if they want to study, if they're allowed to study, or just to go out in public, they have to veil their face, even their eyes cannot be seen. So saying that all women have that right today, I would say it's a fallacy. It's not a one battle. I would say we'll have journey where we are, because even many women that have the training today, that have the potential, still don't have the same earning. For instance, let's say you're getting hired and you're pregnant. Nobody will want to hire you when you're pregnant, because they know maybe within a few times you have to take a maternity leave and everything. So saying that we all equal today is where we want to go. And anything that is natural, like a pregnancy or giving birth, I mean, you're participating in populating the world, and you're contributing to whichever natural cause. So this shouldn't stop you from achieving your dreams or your goals in life. And when we say young women should be responsible and, you know, just stand up and follow, run after their destiny and build a future, society too has a lot to do here. If a young girl is going to school with her brother,